Check, check, check. Hey everyone, welcome to the Eastside EarthShip Meetup. So happy to see you all here. Lots of exciting things going on this month. First of all, I want to thank Makia for having us here. They host us every month, which is really awesome. So I'm glad everyone got some coffee, and be sure to shop around. They got a lot of good stuff up in here. My name's Jamie, and I'm one of the steering committee members of EarthShip Seattle. The biggest thing that we have going on right now is we're building an art studio in Columbia City for Roxanne, and she's going to talk about what's going on her property a little bit tonight. We have Jody and Blake just got back from a big permaculture class that they took, and they're going to share a bunch of information with us about that. And then today we just found out that we were chosen by this big group called, so it's, sorry. Basically, so there's a DJ called the Polish Ambassador, and he's very committed to spreading the word about permaculture, and so they're doing a tour where they're going all over the place, and they pick one project in each city, and they actually picked the sustainable Seattle's trash studio to, so they're going to do a show on October the 10th at Numos, and then on the 11th, a bunch of people, including you guys hopefully, will come to the property and volunteer, and we'll have live music and bottle brick making workshop and tire pounding workshop and cob building. You know, we're still putting it all together. But they're also looking for 2 more organizations that want a table at that event. So if you know anyone who's growing food and feeding the lower income community with food that's been grown for free and permaculture, if you know of any groups like that, please refer them to me, and I can get them set up so that they can talk about their projects too. That's our announcements for this month. Does anyone have any questions for me? Hi. Yay. Yeah, this is also very much for socializing, so please feel free to like brainstorm some cool ideas together. Awesome. Any handouts? Not tonight. I don't have any handouts. We have a lot of stuff online, and I'll have Florian get up and talk about all the different places where you can go and find information online. Right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so online, as far as this particular project, we're just kind of going along and just putting it together as we go. So the best way to get information about it is to be there and, you know, hands-on learning experience for this one. No. It's Saturdays and Sundays are the big event days, but I believe do we have a schedule for when people can just show up and volunteer, or is it kind of... Come on up. Come on up here. Yeah. Yay. Yeah. Just go ahead and tell everyone about what's going on right here at your home.
Okay. So 2 months ago tonight, I was sitting right there, and Jamie was standing talking about EarthShips and said, you know, we just need a place to do a proof of concept in Seattle. And I said, I have a driveway, and now I have a driveway that has 150 dirt-filled tires in it, and so much styrofoam and more tarps than you can imagine, and people coming over, and just so much magic has happened just by saying yes. So that's where it all started. I was sitting over on the couch kind of laughing at your question about, you know, what are the steps and how does it go? And the answer is it goes how it goes, is really what happens, because Florian and I will sit down and we will have these great plans for, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we'll have some of the crew get sick, or the weather will get bad, or some materials that we thought would be really easy to source turns out you can't find them in Seattle, and so we huddle together and we figure out another solution, and then we do something that is different and even more fabulous. So it's great to lay the plans, and then it's great to hold them loosely. The project has been an amazing exercise in learning to just surrender to what is so. For me, I've just, okay, that's how it's going to be. And so I do a lot of deep breathing, and then I go in the kitchen and I cook for the crew, and that's how I cope. And they eat, and I assume that's how they cope, and everybody pounds a lot of tires. So right now, for example, what we're working on is getting more dirt, and we have been scouring every website we can possibly think of. We've been hitting up all of our friends who have trucks to try to find somebody who can just bring some dirt to the site, because we need to build a berm, which is really huge, and we need to pound the final course of tires. So we need dirt, and to get dirt there, we needed trucks. So it's all very dependent and interwoven, just kind of like the planet, and it's an ecosystem in and of itself. But the vision for the project is a beautiful place with a mosaiced front, and I want to use it to educate school children, to bring them for field trips and have them go home and go, Mom, you can't believe what I just saw today, and it's beautiful, and it's all built out of garbage. And we'll show them how to build plastic bottle bricks, and we'll have them pound a tire, and we'll just open their eyes up to the idea that we don't have to all live in boxes, and we can have organic shapes. And I want to use it to show community groups that if they band together and they think creatively, that they can have this too. Because Florian and I decided very early on that one of the values that we're really committed to is that this project costs nothing. It costs us time, and it costs us, maybe a little stress here and there, but no green rectangle dollars are exchanged, because we want this to truly be available just widely and hugely. The project is being built in the United States' most diverse zip code, and it's full of people of fairly low economic status, all races, a lot of new immigrants, and so it's a perfect place to demonstrate this and to bring the community together. And I also wanted to say that today would have been my dad's 82nd birthday, and I'm really, I just want to honor him, because he would have loved this. Yeah, he would have loved this part. So, Dick. Thanks, Daddy. So I would be happy to answer any questions, or maybe turn it over to Florian, who can answer the really technical ones. I have I have the big visions, and then he tells me whether I can have them or not. We would really like to know whether you're coming, because sometimes we'll be off making material runs, or we'll talk in the morning and we'll just go, the weather's crummy, we don't have any dirt, let's take a day off. So if you let us know, we can make sure that we're there and that there's something important to do. We would like to, when people are being generous, so generous with their time and their donations, and we want to make sure that you feel like you've gotten some skills, you've gotten some learning, and you've used your time to the best possible use that it could have been. There are so many different ways. There's a page for the project. You can look up Seattle Trash Studio on Facebook. You can also look up EarthShip Seattle on Facebook. You can look up earthshipseattle.org online. And you can find Florian's blog on earthship.com. Is that right? EarthShip, it's .com, isn't it? Yeah, but still. Our project is there, and that's really exciting. And then the other thing that I wanted to tell you about the Polish Ambassador Project is that it's the permaculture tour. And so we're really, really excited to be getting a whole new group of people involved in this. The people who are interested in music, who will be coming to the site. And when I started talking about the vision to Aaron, who is coordinating all of the project things on the tour, we were finishing each other's sentences. These people are so aligned with what we're doing. And I would encourage anybody who wants to go see the show. The music is really interesting. It's the stuff that I listened to was a little bit techno and a little bit Balkan, and it was very cool. So I'm looking forward to the show. And if you guys come to the show too, then you can start talking to the people there about volunteering at this project. And then once we've got them volunteering on this project, then they can come and they can help with your project, and they can help with your project. And we'll just bring everybody together, and we'll have EarthShip and trash stuff everywhere, and it'll be fantastic. What else do you want to know? Absolutely. It kind of depends. I've been feeding the crew because that's my contribution. I can't do a lot of tire pounding or anything like that. So I am holding the vision and the care and nurture of the build crew. I would love it if anybody feels moved to bring food, but it's not necessary until the 11th, when maybe if we have 75 people show up, then I might want some help. Awesome. Wonderful. It really might be. um, so the October 10th is the Polish Ambassador show. And during that show, right before the main act comes on, they'll be asking us to present the project and talk about what we want, and then they'll be encouraging people to come the following day to volunteer. So October 11th, we're hoping. They said that they think that they will get 50 people there. And it's going to be cozy on the site, but it is completely doable. I've already sent them an outline for what I think we can accomplish in the day. And it will be about a little bit about building and a lot about community. Am I done? Can I go?
Is it working? Yes. To come back to some, well, first, the most important thing in a way, as far as I'm concerned, we have a website, earthshipseattle.org, and the website is not great right now, but we're working on something better. But for the next couple of weeks, it still will be this not great website. Anyway, it has our contact info. There's our email address, contact@earthshipseattle.org. You can reach us through Meetup or Facebook, but email is probably the safest way. If you want, you're welcome to volunteer any day that you want. I would just say it's best if you email us at least 24 hours in advance, and this way we can confirm that, okay, we know you're coming, and we can confirm whether there's actually going to be something to do. Like right now, for instance, we don't have dirt, so it would be an issue, but it should be resolved soon. Movie screenings. There should be 2 movie screenings coming in the next few weeks. I'm not sure when exactly. At Seattle U in Capitol Hill. It should be a screening of Garbage Warrior, and then 1 or 2 weeks later, a screening of EarthShip New Solutions. I believe there is a copy of New Solutions on YouTube, which is in like 4 different parts, but I don't know what version it is. This movie has been edited a few times because the first edit was not that great. So I don't know what exactly is online. So I would say, yeah, when you see an announcement for the screening, try to make it. Yes. Yes. And that was a guy from New York? Yeah, okay. I think his website I think is called, I forgot, Off-Grid Building or something like that. I could look it up, but yeah, it seemed to have a lot of good information. So I don't know if earlier your question was about details about our project in Columbia City or about how to build an EarthShip in general, maybe how to build an EarthShip in Seattle. So in Columbia City, we are building something small enough that does not require a permit, so it's legit, and we can show it to people, and we don't have any like risk of having some building inspector come after us because it's totally legit. So it has to be really small, and we cannot have systems in it. So an EarthShip has 6 principles. There is power generation, we don't do that. There is waste treatment, we don't do that. Food production, we don't do that. Water collection, we will try to do some of it. We will try to catch water on the roof. Thermal heating and cooling, not ideal because we're going with really cheap materials, I mean free actually. And the site only has some sun coming from the east. So we are trying to make it work a little, but then there's the last principle, which is building with recycled natural materials, and we are going extremely into this principle. Like we're taking it to the extreme where we are not buying any material whatsoever. So it's a challenge in itself, but it's fun too. So in terms of what we need right now, the highest need is a truck to bring dirt. We know where to find the dirt, but we need a truck to carry it. Especially during the week, that's a great place that is fairly close to the build. What we're going to need really soon is some sand as well. And we're going to need anchor bolts, which would be like basically some kind of very big, thick screw with a bolt would work. We'll need 14 of them. And then we'll need a little more wood, like kind of like good quality, strong wood, maybe 2x8 or 2x10. Some pieces that are at least 5 feet long to make the bond beam, a wood bond beam, on top of the tire wall, the whole U shape. So in terms of having step by step, and instead of having more instructions about how to build an EarthShip in Seattle, that's one of our goals, is to create this database of information and have it online. So this project is one step towards getting more information about what will work in this climate, where to find volunteers and materials and everything. And then hopefully this project will have so much exposure that it will lead to other projects, bigger projects, and then it will improve over time. We are a small team, and we are welcoming anyone who is really passionate about EarthShips and who has, I would say, a few hours a week to give to the cause, there are things to do. Like Denise, for instance, is working on web design and or design and web, yeah. And we have a few people working on different things. Jamie is hosting these meetings all the time. So we have already a few things going on, but we can use more manpower. And yeah, and just to repeat, in case someone did not write it down yet, earthshipseattle.org, and just send us an email at least 24 hours in advance if you want to come down to the build. On the website, we also have a tab that's called Schedule, where we try to give an estimate of when the site will be open or closed, but mostly it depends on resources. Like right now we're short on dirt, so that's kind of blocking us, and weather. Like if it's raining a lot, it will be closed. Otherwise, if we have materials and if it's sunny, it should be open. Any question? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. So yeah, this is the purpose. I mean, at least part of the purpose, to have something to show to a building inspector or someone like that, to show them so that they have a better grasp of the idea and they see that it can be done and that it actually works well. So yeah, that's totally part of the plan. Yeah. I'm not an expert on the subject, but I believe that a tire wall would be, especially on only one level, would be really strong against an earthquake. We would maybe need to connect with people who have these huge platforms that can simulate an earthquake. I've seen some cob houses being like moved and shaken to see how they would do in an earthquake. No, not even that. And the tires are so heavy in an earthquake, it would shake, it would move a little bit, but it would